Box breathing. Now, it's likely we've all heard of box breathing because it's commonly the most talked about practice when we talk about breath work. It's simple, it's effective, it's what the Navy SEALs use, it's what a lot of people learn as a first or an initial way to regulate or downregulate the nervous system by using the breath as a tool to calm us down and to even us out. Now, the box breath is exactly what its namesake is. It's an even inhale matched with an even pause, an even exhale matched with an even pause at the bottom. So your breath literally makes like a box shape. I think that's a box shape. And so what's nice about it is it's simple, right? It's inhale, pause, exhale, pause. Now you can do a box breath without any counting and almost kind of just feel your way through that. Breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause. And I like to think that most times we can just feel the evenness as we move around the box, but it's also very commonly practiced with counts. And it's something where you might have inhale for 4, pause for 4, exhale for 4, pause for 4. That's probably the go-to starting point for box breathing. It can then, of course, expand into 6 count or 8 count. But when we think about box breathing, it's just simply matching the quantity and the quality, or probably the quality and the quantity of the breath through the inhales, the pause, the exhale, and the pause. So that's box breathing. And again, it's something that probably you're familiar with either already in practice or at least in conversation. And so we'll just do a few rounds together just to put that back in the breath, just to make sure it feels really nice and clear in how we breathe. Before we do that, there's obviously the variations you always have to play with. Nose breathing versus mouth breathing. For most of these techniques, we're always going to lead with nasal breathing just as a way to ensure that there is both benefit and priority of how the breath moves in through the nose, to slow it down, to warm it up, to clean it out. And it's just a really simple variation we can always do on most techniques that are going to be beneficial straight away. The other thing I'd say is if you're someone who is counting or likes to count or is maybe counting for someone else, one little tip that I like to do is I'll breathe in through the inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll hold for the pause, 1, 2, 3, 4. But then I'll count backwards as I exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I'll hold that pause, 4, 3, 2, 1. So it's kind of like we're going up as we go inhale and pause, and we go down as we go exhale and pause. If that feels a little bit clumsy or complicated, that is also totally fine. And you can just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. But either which way, you need to stay attentive, stay aware of the counting, because it is easy to get lost as you count because it's just a box. And if you're going around maybe a few rounds, let's say you're doing 8 or 10 rounds of box breathing, you also want to make sure you're keeping track of where you are. And so just make it easy on yourself and do whatever works for you. All right, let's do a few rounds of box breathing, maybe 2 or 3. Set yourself up in a comfortable way. Close your eyes. Take a conscious breath. Inhale. Exhale. And we'll begin. Breathe in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause for 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go again. So it's inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll count the other way. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Pause, 2, 3, 4. Recover, breathe in. Exhale. So you'll see how box breathing is simplistic in its design and execution. For me, what I like to say is the most important thing is to focus on the quality of your breath and not get too caught up or too confused around the counts. Keep it simple. Sometimes it can be nice to just tap your foot as you go. I can go inhale, 1, 2. Pause. Exhale. Hold. Right, so there's different ways of doing it. You can find your little way of practicing box breathing, and you'll find that each and every way that we use these techniques, there's always going to be little variations or learnings that we're going to take for ourselves and or share with others. So that's box breathing. Use it as a great technique to really build that foundation of both setting the breath, steadying the breath, and using counts to provide both quality and quantity of evenness when you're starting to put this breathwork practice in to your practice.